Hey guys, it's Rob. 432 days until I turn 30, and I realized I really haven't talked about the diet in a while. So I think that's what today's topic is going to be. Let's go ahead and take care of the check-in first. Um, I am up again, 6/10 of a pound. Um, I'll get into that in just a second. I was like, hey, let me explain, but then I was like, I'll explain as the topic. And I actually marked off 3 more boxes, so woo-hoo. I didn't, although 2 more extra chapter boxes are marked off, I didn't actually write an extra chapter. The content that was going to go into that extra chapter ended up folded in across 3 different chapters where it fit in the flow of the story. So I think it's fine where it is. But that content was just spread out. So the light at the end of the tunnel, huh? It's getting close. That's going to be nice. So the diet. And I meant to go back and look at my other episodes from before to see how long I've been at this kind of lower 230s plateau. It has definitely been a while. And it gets a bit disheartening after a while. So I think I'm going to need to change things up. I was thinking today about what I could do to get things back on track, and the good news is it's pretty simple. Actually pay full attention. Because the problem is, I've gotten this far by just ballparking it, by saying, only about 2,000 calories a day, cool, and just basically rounding things to about 50s, like 50 calorie increments, and eating like that and doing fine, and just blitzing through weight loss all the way down to the lower 230s, which I think is an indicator of exactly how much I was eating before, that I could do that part of it so relatively easily. But now we're clearly in the second phase, the phase that's going to require actual attention, the phase that's going to require me to get out a notebook and write things down and track my calories in that fashion. Because clearly I'm plateaued when I just do it by instinct at this point. So that easier part was fun while it lasted. But what I'm going to do is I'm noticing some differences. The first thing that I'm noticing is that I am, in order to be happy eating food, I am going to need a bigger portion at least once per day, a nice, satisfying, full kind of meal sort of experience. I'm finding that, I don't know if I've just amped my metabolism up or what, but I'm finding that when I do what I did before, which was roughly 300 calories 6 times a day, which I think I've started to push over on. I think I've gotten a little lazy and started to go past that on average. But I'm finding when I do that that I'm just I just want more food. I want it. I want to eat it. So I think I'm going to have to change up the increments a little more. Like I said, I've been exceeding where I intend to be calorie wise. I think on average, just when I'm ballparking it. So I'm going to go back to something probably sitting somewhere around 1,900 calories. So what would that be? Like a 5. I'm thinking about doing 5 increments, one of which is a 500, couple of 400s. That would be 13, and then a pair of 300s. That would do it. So a 5, 2 4s, and 2 3s. I think I'm going to try. And see if that does any better for me. It's reducing down from my 6 times a day kind of pace. I don't think it'll have a huge impact as far as hunger-wise. I mean, it's basically me going from eating every 3 hours to eating every 3.5. It's not going to be a big deal. I think the greater number of calories I'm going to consume at each increment will compensate for that. I don't think that'll be so bad. And I think it'll be nice to get something more substantial when I'm eating. And the other thing that I'm doing that I'm always doing is I just weigh myself every day. I get on the scale every day. I'm a big believer in keeping score. Yes, you can stand in front of a mirror with your shirt off and look at your body and say, wow, I'm doing better, I'm doing worse. And it certainly has been nice to visually see myself doing better. But at the same time, I'm at a point at least where looking at the scale is motivating and not defeating, where I say, oh shoot, either Either I look and I've gone down and I say, yay, let's exercise more and push down further. Or I look and I see I've gone up and I'm like, I should go exercise immediately and make some progress. So I think when you're in the right mindset, that's important. The data, the feedback, the concrete, measurable feedback is important. If nothing else, it tells you whether you're winning or losing. I feel like even if we watched like televised sports, and I don't know if I've gone into this metaphor here, but let's say the Super Bowl was on, and they said, "Oh, by the way, we're making one change this year," and they unplugged the scoreboard. How many people do you think would still keep track of the score in their heads? I think just about everybody, because it's important. It's important who wins and loses, and it's important to know whether you're winning or losing. Um, so I keep score. I weigh myself. I figure it out. And the score I'm keeping says I'm losing lately. So, and by losing, I mean losing at the game, which is not losing weight, which would be winning. Lest that be more confusing than I just made it. So, mostly the statement today is renewed resolve. I'm going to make an effort to keep an eye on the calorie counts and actually write them down at least for a week or two until I get a better perception of what I need to be eating again. The exercise always helps. I do need to, I think I'm hitting exercise maybe 4 days a week, which is not where it needs to be. It needs to go up to 5 or 6 again. So that's slipped a little bit. But that's the analysis and those are the goals, you know? Every once in a while, I think whatever project you're working on, if you're working on a long-term project, you need to occasionally reevaluate. Say, where am I? You know, how am I doing? And what needs to change to keep this on pace? And when I looked at where I was right now, I realized that I've kind of burned up all the on average lead that I gained by losing weight so quickly in the beginning, which was to be somewhat expected. But you know, to be on pace for the target weight, I need to be somewhere around 225 or so by my birthday in June, which is fewer than 100 days away. It's like 70 days away. And that doesn't seem very far, but the further I can get past that, the easier it's going to be as I get closer to the target weight and it gets harder to take off weight. And I may, you know, honestly, the amount of progress I've made makes me very happy. Even if I do not get all the way down to 180, I mean, if I hit 200, that'll be astounding for me. That'll be my lowest weight in forever. So certainly, it's more at a certain point. It will be more shades of victory over victory and failure. That you know, if by the time I turn 30, I'm 200 pounds, awesome. If I'm 180, even more awesome. I get to come to you guys and say, hey, I crossed that proposed line. But ultimately, I'm healthier. I'm you know, speaking health-wise, I've likely increased my lifespan, which is the goal. And I feel better when I walk around, when I move. I look forward to getting to a point where I don't feel like I look like some ridiculous beach ball when I wear swimwear. Like, that would be kind of nice. Yeah, there will be benefits to this change. That is all from me today. It's Thursday. We're coming into the weekend. Hope you all have a great weekend wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Light at the end of the tunnel on the writing stuff. I'm super happy that that's coming up. Getting ready to pass off for another wave of beta reading. Hooray. And other projects to write on the side while people do that. That's it. Have a great weekend. I will talk to you guys Monday.